Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. And if you are new here, welcome. If you don't know who I am, my name is Martha. Today, I want to talk to you about several reasons why you could be losing hair and all of that. I was inspired to do this video because I've been getting so many comments on my last video talking about my midlife hair loss and all of that. And I'm just so inspired to just continue on with the conversation, giving you guys some insight from my perspective, because I'm not a doctor, I'm not an expert, but I want to talk about things that I know for sure that has helped me and the things that you should not be doing to your hair, And if you can tell, I'm natural. I've been natural, and I made this mistake. I think I said I had been natural over 18 or some years. I don't know, but I've been natural right at 11 years. I've done 3 big chops within that time frame. So 11 years, I've actually been natural. So these are some of the things I know that is so harmful for our hair and what we should not be doing to our hair, So the very first thing that I would like to say and talk about is basically the number one thing that you should be doing or you should be getting done if you are experiencing any kind of hair loss. You need to go see your primary doctor first, even before you even go to the dermatologist, because like I stated in my previous video, the dermatologists, they don't really do anything for real. You would think that they would be doing more than what they do. But when I say go see your primary medical doctor, that's who you should see. And you should be talking to them about what's going on, because it could stem also from some of your levels just being off. I just recently, Monday, I just had my yearly checkup. And she did all my blood work, all of that. And thank God, everything came back normal. Because like I stated, I had stopped taking my iron tablets because I could not find them. And then for the last 90 days, I had started back taking them because I was able to find, where I needed to pick them up from. And for the last 90 days, I got back on my iron tablets. And it's been wonderful. With me, doing those type of things and me using certain products on my hair and not a whole lot of products. So that is the first thing that we all should be doing, getting your lab work done, making sure that your iron levels are right, your vitamin D levels, all of those things, because everything's internal. Everything's internal. Your internal organs, your levels, everything needs to be on point for all of this to continue to flourish, So that is the first thing that I want to talk about. Second thing I want to say is basically, the hairstyles that we normally may wear, I can count on one hand, even back in my days of being relaxed, I can count on one hand how many times I actually wore a weave, sew-in weave when I say that, and braids. I've only done it probably about 4 times in my lifetime. I never worn constantly back to back wearing weaves and sew-ins and braids, things of that nature. I never did that. So I can't say that contribute to me starting having thinning hair, because I didn't do that. And even with me being natural, I don't do it now. I had braids probably within that 11-year time span, probably maybe 3 times, leading up into now, possibly 4, I would say. But other than that, I didn't do that. So I can't say that really was the contributing factor for me to start having, thinning hair. But I know what mine was, simply because of me going through perimenopause leading into menopause. That was my, what happened to me, and I know that for a fact because throughout my years, I've always had healthy hair. Even in my relaxed days, I had healthy hair, You know, I didn't have damage to my hair. I took care of my hair. My stylist at that time was truly into hair care, and she took care of our hair, you know. So number two, that is something that you have to be very careful on with the braids and the weaves and things of that nature, because I tell my daughter all the time, you have to let your hair breathe. You cannot go from weave to weave to weave, braids to braids to braids, back to back. You cannot do that, because that is going to wreak havoc on your hair strands. Number three, I would say, is basically, we love to dye our hair. You know, I no longer, you know, put a rinse in my hair. I used to put a rinse in my hair even when I started, you know, when I became natural. I would always go back to like a black rinse, because I wanted my hair to still remain jet black, because that's how it was when I was growing up. But as I started getting older, it's faded out and I'm getting gray in it now. So now I just embrace it, what it is. I do not put a rinse in my hair, and the dyes, things of that nature, can wreak havoc on your hair too. You know, so those are some of the things that could also cause damage to your hair, especially if you're not taking care of it, if you're not going to a professional, you know, the whole 9 yards. And I still even say, even if you go to a professional, you're still going to end up with some sort of damage, because it's, you know, it's not something normal that really should be on our hair, you know. And I'm not knocking that for, you know, people that want to do that, for women that want to do that, because it's gorgeous, it's beautiful when it's done right, but it can also wreak havoc on your hair, you know. So I wanted to talk about these things because I think sometimes we kind of forget, you know, we want a certain look, we want it to look like this way, we want to do it like this, but you just really have to be conscious and careful on what you're doing to your hair, and especially at the age that we are at now. You know, at me being at the age of 58, like I said, I really thought when I cut my hair off, over a year and a half ago, that my hair was not going to grow back. And like I said, I would have been fine with that, you know, because I know how to rock a TWA, you know, I've done it, you know, and I can do it. You know, I'm not someone that's like, oh gosh, I have to have hair on my hair. I'm not that type of person. You know, but I just really thought that I had just really messed up when I just cut it this last time, that I was not going to have any hair that was going to grow back the way that I wanted it to, you know. So, but yes, I wanted to just talk about that, continue this conversation on what we should be doing with our hair, you know, all of those things. So yes, I wanted to bring it to you guys again. Thank you so much for all the new subscribers. I love you guys already so much. Love the comments. So yes, let us keep the conversation going, you know, because I really want us to have a community of women that comes together and we can talk about all of these things concerning our hair, whatever it may be, the whole 9 yards. So yes, thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.